Good day, everyone. In the news is an article now that I've been expecting for some time. But, when you actually look at the way monitoring, tracking, and tracing is streaming ahead across the world, this shouldn't take us by surprise. And this is from Business Tech, and the headline reads Complexes and estates in South Africa are hit by crime waves, and now some are using drones. And as I go into the article, you will understand how a motivation is being created, just like I said before. The Rothschilds use a method of creating the crisis and then creating the solution to achieve an end goal. And you will see exactly the same thing being done here. Security estates are there so that you can feel secure. There's supposed to be security at the front gate, etc. But always these complexes will become New World Order slave havens where you will be monitored, tracked, and traced exactly the same way you are as the gate, where biometrics will be used, facial recognition, and many other things will be used in future so that you can be monitored, tracked, and traced. Forget the criminal. But in any case, let's get on with the article and get into the detail. And as usual, you'll get the description of the article as well as the link in the description below this video and in the first comment below this video. The Fidelity Service Group says it has seen an increasing number of security incidents in secure complexes and estates across South Africa. Now, that is a real conundrum and an oxymoron. They cannot be secure estates or secure complexes if crime is taking place there. They said this has been happening over the last 12 months, which has prompted many properties to review their security options. Now, this was always going to happen. The group said these incidents are particularly problematic as living in an estate or a complex can give residents a false impression that security is not a concern despite the country's high crime rate. Now, people are buying in these complexes because they're hoping that they will be secure. Chanel Hatang, head of marketing, this is important, head of marketing and communications at Fidelity Services Group, said that even in a secured complex, there is always a risk of burglaries and theft from inside and outside the complex. And this is why many estates are now combining guarding options and electrified barriers with more high-tech solutions like drones. You see, this article is actually all focused on drones. It's all about drone task teams that will be used to monitor, track, and trace your every single move. And I quote, we believe drones and the deployment of a mobile drone team not only act as a highly effective visible deterrent to criminals, but also assist to immediately track down and locate criminal elements once an outer perimeter on an estate has been breached, or in a scenario where suspects are at large on a security estate. Now, when do you become a suspect? When you don't obey the law of the complex, the regulations of the complex, the regulations of the country. When do you become one of these criminals? That is the question you need to ask yourself. She said the deployment of drones is ideally suited to security estates and will increase proactive crime prevention and the ability to plan crime prevention operations. It will also facilitate a more rapid response to live criminal incidents and scenes. And I quote, these high-tech innovations definitely represent the future face of security. Now, there is a statement that's important. She is saying that drones is the future of security. So you won't just be seeing it in secure estates. Many of you have told me that you've been monitored by drones in your neighborhoods and many other places for a long period of time now. But as stressed earlier, they work best if they are combined with an integrated security offering. She's selling you something. They are making money, but at the end of the day, they are achieving an objective that this new order being created amongst us needs to achieve. Drive fear into you, create the crime, and then create the solution, which will always end in monitoring, tracking, and tracing you. And I've said before that the only technology that is advancing in the world right now is the technology that will help to monitor, track, and trace you. Nothing else is advancing. Hatton said complexes often become vulnerable when they are not fully let or where construction workers are still present. The whole world knows this. It's not rocket science. Anyone knows that while people are building on a site that is more vulnerable. And I quote, if you are in a complex like this, it is advisable to try and make sure you are part of the security contingency planning, conducting regular security drills and monitoring of security systems. Now, where does this monitoring go to? Where does this data go to? Is it linked to the internet? Is it linked to your local council? Is it linked to government? Is it linked to police? Who else can use this data for whatever means? She added that residents should keep the following security tips in mind. Access control is a key component of the security solution. Having a guard that mans the gate and is also expected to patrol is an issue. So they're saying that there's a lot of complexes that don't have a guard that can stay at the gate, because often they have to patrol as well, and therefore they leave the gate, okay, if there's just one guard. There's many secure estates where you just phone the gate open or press a button to open the gate where there's no guards whatsoever. The entrance should be manned at all times, even if residents have their own access cards. The guard also needs to be able to alert a reaction company if security is under threat or assistance is needed. This is where drone patrolling links in well, she said. The security systems can be nullified when there is little or no provision for the safety of guards on duty. What they're actually saying is we will replace the guards patrolling by drones that will patrol. Now, that guard patrolling has a conscience, he's a human, and humans are fallible, yes. But what can you literally tell that drone to do? Observe. What are you doing with the feedback? How does a person being monitored know what that feedback is used for? An increasing criminal modus operandi is to observe the guard and then hold him at gunpoint, allowing the criminals to enter the complex at leisure. Guardroom windows are mostly never bulletproof or even tinted to ensure that the movement of the guard cannot be monitored from outside the complex. So these are obvious things they are saying. All they are trying to promote here and sell to you is a drone task team or a drone group that are actioned to literally go and patrol your security estate and monitor what? When there's no criminals running around, what will these drones be monitoring? Where does that information go? You need to ask these questions. As monitoring, tracking and tracing, because of a 5th generation technology rollout, because of a push for the 4th industrial revolution and the push towards 2030, the UN's 2030 agenda goals, where basically the entire planet will be monitored, tracked and traced in real time using artificial intelligence. I really want to thank everyone that's watching this video. Please share it with your friends and family to be aware and receive my perspective on history as well as the future. Click the bell icon if you want notifications for new videos, and if you like this type of content, subscribe to the channel and go and watch the Moments in Time and Question Everything series of videos to understand what this channel Double O Days is about. Thank you very much. Till the next video.